So here's where I expose myself to more frustration than I should have on a weekend. I have been doing technical experiments all day with live streaming. I'm not using my regular cameras here, I'm using my iPhones. You can kind of tell the dynamic range of that one right there is not super great. That's the front camera on the iPhone 8. I forget. We after they came out with a 4K. Alright, I'm going to change something. I need to park over here and move this iPhone down because it's too much in my line of vision. That will take me just a second. And for whatever reason, the microphone will not work when I just plug the microphone directly in. It I have to use the wireless microphone. Emergency, no parking day or night. Alright, let's move this one down where it's not in my line of sight. Pardon me a second. That's better. Barely, not really. Oops. I gotta get out of here. This is a stupid ass bar, and it's not known for having the kindest, most patient people in the world, or most open-minded. There's a line, we drink to forget. Am I using the right camera on this one? Camera. Ultra wide, yep. Alright, let's go up Main Street. Cameras don't look too bad. I just run out of dashboard space for them. I mean, they're these big flat screens, basically. It looks like I'm broadcasting somewhat. Although I see my crappy internet is still working. I tried tethering the USB and it wouldn't give me that as an option. You know, I tell you, all day long is like discovering multiple devices and the quirks of them all at once. That I was getting with my mirrorless camera the focus was weird. So I was trying to set it to manual focus, and every setting in the video it said, nope, won't allow you to do it. Won't allow you to do it in this mode. Won't allow you to do it in that mode. What were they? Won't allow you to do it in aperture priority. Okay, so I'm trying to shutter. Nope, won't allow you to. It was just stupid. I tell you, you know, Sony just doesn't. They have very little tolerance on their things to be used for, and they're going to lock everything out. And to hell with you if you want to use it for anything else. And I like the picture quality of their stuff. I don't think their menus or software is worth a shit. And that's how they always lose. You know, they put their stuff, their chipsets and everything, in other people's devices, and other people figure out how to make the devices work to fit the needs of the public. But Sony's attitude is like, well, we don't care about our customers. We're not going to design it to fit anybody else's needs other than ours. You know, you're here to buy our product. We're not here to sell the customers what they need. You're here to buy what we tell you what you need. And other people don't have that attitude, actually. It's ironic. So I guess, you know, maybe you have to spend a lot of time and do research and figure out what the Sony hardware is put into what decent software. The other funny thing is, a lot of times their hardware, when they sell it, is very, very expensive, but when other people sell it, they figure out how to make it not as expensive. It works. So I don't know. We're back down to 0 and 2 frames per second. I was trying to figure out how to get this to work with tethering it, and it won't let me. So I have to try and figure out how to get back to Zen and forget about all this stuff without actually forgetting about it, because I'm trying to train myself, but, you know, forget about what it will and will not let me do, and try and enjoy the beautiful weather. The trip to Costco. And you know, I can never tell when I'm looking at the flip side of the reverse picture, because there's this thing that is annoying to me that people are doing. They are reversing the picture. You know, the one way I can do it is by hold it up and then see if it's backwards. And I can't tell. It's backwards. Yeah, that's reversed. There's no reason in the world to reverse anything. As a matter of fact, when this matter of fact, do I have ProTake in there? ProTake will allow me to have a clean feed. There's the light changing. Loading. Will it load? May not load. The one thing is good though. I could use that for this purpose. Oh, it will not radar scope. when it's tethered to the iPhone, it will not load data properly. Unable to install Pro Movie. Please try again later. I'm betting you that nothing frames per second. Unable to do anything. You are just screwed. You know, there's so many things and so many settings, it's just hard to keep track of it all. Ah, shoot. I'm in the wrong lane. I could do what a lot of other people do and just go straight anyway. But I don't want to play with the streetcar. Alright. I don't think, and I can't sit and figure it out while I'm driving anyway. I don't know if there is a way to flip this around. I'm very irritated by that. There's no reason for that. That's so people can do stupid things. You know, stupid people can do stupid amateur things. Oh, we want to flip it around so we can do our little selfies. Matter of fact, it's called Selfie Cam. And this software calls itself professional software. No, you're not professional. Not if you're doing that stupid shit. You've entered the realm of amateur land. Stop catering to the stupid people. If you want to call yourself professional software. Let's see if there's a setting here. Camera, guide, information, presets. No. No, that's a manual zoom. Don't want that. What is this up here? No, don't want that. Don't want that. I mean, there's a lot of nice things built into this, but I'm really annoyed by this one thing that you can't turn off. There's a way you can turn it off. I'll show you. Change the camera, and then you can't see what you're wide. Change cameras. This is a better looking camera anyway. But then you can't see what you're doing, and everybody else can see what is on your screen. That's a better looking camera. It's wide angle. I mean, that's a possibility, because now you can see the other person in the other seat. Ooh, too much. Still too much. See, that's the problem. You can't frame it. Excuse me. Except by looking at that. Is that still reversed? Nope, you can read road. That's what it's supposed to say, is road, not e-door. And backwards letters. Alright, let's get out of here without somebody crunching into me, because they're going to round a corner and not see me backing out of this spot. Camera still looks crooked to me, but well, my big bulbous head is blocking the back window. So, big bulbous head. One time I was working at my last station, and the manager, who I had trouble with, referred to my reporter as having a big bulbous head. And there was a live shot that we had to do where we were trying to get something in the background to appear, because he was going to talk about this house that was behind him. But it was a hot, really hot, terribly hot day. And so the reporter was naturally going to be standing there for 20 minutes while we were waiting for the producer to cue us, which at that particular station, the only cue you got was, "You're hot." Very amateur. And they had for some reason they had another photographer come out and help me. And he set up the shot, and he set it up at a really low angle. So the reporter was kind of looking down, and he's like me, missing some hair on the top of his head. And so, you know, when we're like that and you get us on a low angle like this, the top of our head is kind of showing, you know, and it kind of gives us. So I was like, oh, this is kind of awful, and the background is still brightly lit, and we were trying everything. We were using a little sun disc a reflector to reflect light into his face without him having to be out in the blazing hot sun, since there was two of us to do it. Otherwise, the only choice we would have had was to have him step out into the sun. And, you know, of course, he was resistive of that. So, you know, there's a lot of compromises. Well, we get back, and this manager was grousing how small market it looked. Of course, this manager didn't like me, and she was after me. She wanted to fire me. And she eventually got her way. And so she said this. She said, "Well, you know, your reporter, he has a big, ugly, bulbous head, and we don't need more of that." And you know what? I never shared that with the reporter, but I should have. Just downright mean and wrong. And I know most of the motivation behind what she was doing was the fact that she was a baby. She never got over something that happened nearly 20 years ago. And she had always held a grudge. And what had happened she had made me and this other guy or everybody who worked for her shows, all the editors, have to do a term which I never heard of until recently. We had to chase her shows, meaning that in order to try and get stuff on the air, she was so late and so behind all the time that she made editors edit one piece of video, run it down the stairs. We had to physically run a tape down the stairs and then put it in the machine and then run back up and edit the next piece of video. Constantly. Every time we edited with her, that car almost wrecked. Oh my God, road rage. Let me put it on the road rage cam. I don't know what prompted that. You know, human anger has done a lot of things. It's personally made my quality of life a lot less. And, you know, people say, well, why don't you get over it? And I'm like, well, you know what? I've had to deal with it. Let me tell her. Here's somebody who's ready to die over whatever happened here. Oh, that stabilization is pretty good. Wow. They're ready to die. They're ready to kill over something that's not important. Unfortunately, I'm behind. Oh, a cop. Come on. Get after that person. Pull them over, figure out what's going on. Save a life. You know, I don't want to see people get in trouble, get pulled over, put in jail. But I also don't want to see people die over something silly and stupid. I mean, the road rage was like they were pulling the I'm not letting you can't pass me, I'm going to block you. I mean, and the other one was they almost hit. That person, the one in the front almost hit the change lanes right in front and had barely an inch to spare. And like, oh crap. In case you're wondering, no, I'm not entertained by this stuff. This is not the way I want to generate views. Actually, I say the stabilization on this is good. The way to test it is to see what it looks like at night, and I bet you it doesn't look so great at night. All right, well. I don't celebrate when people have problems or get in trouble. I have something I have to deal with that I'm not inclined, I can't talk about. And it's just sad. It's a sad situation. And again, it's anger. And, well, it's more than anger. People who don't want to do what they need to do to get by in life and expect... All right. Let me be not small market about this. Change angles. Ultra wide. As you know, a small market person would show the disjointed switch that the iPhone does when you're switching. Some would say, well, this is a really small market to show like picture in picture, and I'm like, well, actually it's nice to see who's doing the talking. I just spent a lot of time when I was in the coffee house. I just spent a lot of time researching, and actually bought an app that I don't think is worth two you know what's, as part of my research to try and figure out if there are any apps out there that allow you to do picture-in-picture within the phone and live stream it. And no, not that I can tell. There's a way of doing it. I know it's crappy. There is an app that allows you to live stream whatever is on your screen on your phone. But the reason it's crappy is because you can't get rid of the little icon in the corner, the record icon, so you always have a red dot there. Maybe I can turn that into a bug. You can put something in the corner that's like uses the red dot so people can't tell that's not a bug. Because with one of these, I think it's this one, you can actually get rid of all the graphics. No, it's with the other one, I can't even think of the name of it. Anyway, I'm gonna wait. Eventually somebody will get on this. Oh, look at that pink car. Somebody will get on it and go, oh, there's a need for I'm hoping, like in Switcher Studio, there's a need for us to be able to use the front and the back camera on the iPhone. Now that we can use both at the same time, we can use that as another camera source, and picture in picture, and we can switch between those, or at least do picture in picture with it, or side by side, something like that. But as for now, they haven't come up with that. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Harold?
Hello. I got your answer for you.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me turn audio off.
Okay.
I'm live streaming. We don't necessarily need to hear this. Oh, you know what? I can do it this way. Automatic.